Hey guys, Andrew Martin from MartyStrength.com and Marty Strength Hockey. This drill, we're going to go over an in-tight situation where you're moving from one side to the next and you're trying to go upstairs. So one of the biggest mistakes players make is when they're moving side to side and they're in an in-tight situation, or even if they're coming in on a breakaway and they're making that move, is they move to one side and then they close their blade. That adds a second or two. If they want to go upstairs with that puck, they then have to open their blade and get it up. But by that time, they're usually too late and the goalie's already slid across. And the angle to actually go up has become very steep. One of the best players to do this, and still does this move, is Pavel Datsyuk. Is he will pull a puck, the puck will move across his body, and his stick and his hands are so fast that he meets it on the other side with an open blade and then moves straight up. So his follow through's up. He never closes his blade, never comes across his body. He just pulls and lifts the puck straight up. He does this both on his forehand and his backhand, but is pulling the puck, and then the second touch is elevating the puck high into the net. When we switch from a forehand shot to a backhand shot, the same thing applies. We're pulling across our body and the puck's moving and we want our stick to meet it there. So we want fast hands, we want our stick to meet it there. And then very important on the backhand side, it's very tough. Most players are going to come back across their body and it's going to make the puck go back across the net. But we're thinking we've already moved the goalie. They might be with us, they might be a little bit behind. We're trying to go up in this top part of the net, but if we go back across our body, we're gonna hit them right in the chest. So it's important, our follow through on that backhand side is getting used to that open blade position and then elevating straight at the net where I want this puck to go. All right guys, in the second progression of in-tight scoring, we still have that elevated stick. Now we're going from a backhand side pull to a forehand side shot. And it stays the same where when we're pulling that puck underneath the stick, we have to meet the puck on the far side and we want to have an open blade. Because we're in tight, we're thinking open blade going straight up. So we don't want to close that blade and then have to open it again. We're transferring our weight, so I'm going right side, left side, trying to get my head up, spotting where I want the puck to go, and then going straight up. We're going to load the puck, pull, and then try to go straight up. I want to make sure I don't rush myself too much. I'm set up, I'm loaded, good habits. I'm going to pull, try to go right up top. I'm trying to get that goalie to move from their left to their right and beat them with quickness on the high side. Continuing with the second progression of the in tight scoring. Now we're going to pull from our forehand to our backhand. The elevated stick is there so that when we pull, our hands need to be quick, get off of the puck, and then meet the puck on the far side. When we're with our backhand side, we want to make sure we're elevating at the net. We're not going across our body. If we go across our body, that's going to go right back into the goalie's chest. So we want to make sure we're pointed at the net. We have that open blade. My top hand is pushing down to the ice. My bottom hand is pulling up. Moving into the third progression of our in tight scoring, now we're going to add a counter move. So we're going to pull under the stick, and then we're going to load and pull back. So if the goalie's there, it's one fake, pull back, and then we're going up. In this one, it's forehand, backhand, forehand, up. And we want to minimize how much we're stick handling the puck. We're thinking pull, pull, up, and trying to going up into the net. Following along with our third progression of in tight scoring, we're going to move so that we're starting on our backhand and we're doing that counter move. So we have the elevated stick to speed up our hands. We got to move our hands to meet the puck. Now we're going load, backhand, pull the goalie across, back across to that backhand from our forehand, and then we're elevating up. We don't want to stop the puck here. Try to force yourself to one touch it. Pull, pull, up into the net, and we're getting that goalie to move laterally, and we're trying to get ahead of him. Hey guys, in this fourth progression of in tight scoring, we're going to move behind the net now. We're going to set up our pile of pucks just behind the net, and then we're going to set our feet up with just a little bit more than a stick's length away from the side of the net. When you do this drill, the goal is to not step over the red line. So we're really going to force ourselves to pull from a backhand position, open blade, to a forehand position, and on a really tight angle. So we're trying to get the puck up in a hurry here on a really tight angle. And as much as we can, we're trying to hit this side of the top part of the net. Now with this forced progression, we move to the other side. We're now going to pull from our forehand to our backhand. Again, we're trying not to cross the goal line. This just makes it a little bit more difficult. It forces us to reach and stay on that really short angle. Set your pucks up just to the left of the net, a little more than a stick length away from the side of the net, and then we're pulling forehand, backhand straight up. Moving on to our fifth progression of our in-tight scoring. We're still behind the net. Now we're going to add an elevated stick or board. Two things are happening here. One, we're pulling, and the board is forcing us to get our stick out of the way and be quick and open on the far side for a scoring position. Two, this can simulate a goalie's poke check, or the way a goalie holds his paddle, where you can go underneath the paddle, or as a defenseman where you can slip it underneath or through a defenseman's legs and then go straight up. But again, we're forcing ourselves into a very tough angle, and we're trying to get that puck straight up in the top part of the net. Now we move to the other side of the net for our fifth progression of in tight. We're going forehand, so we're thinking forehand pull to a backhand tight angle. Same idea, elevated stick forces us to get our hands to the other side of the stick and meet the puck fast, and simulates maybe making a move or a deke under a defender's stick or under the goalie's stick as he or she poke checks. We're going to set up that forehand side, weight transfer, and then pull.